I have not been able to go a single day for a very long time without reading something controversial about Destiny 2. And it sucks. And the reason it sucks for me is because it's messing with my creative process. If this is your first time watching any of my videos and you've never seen anything else that I make, I try to bring a little bit of extra sort of movie quality flair. I like my videos, even if it's just some stupid weapon overview or a little shitty 5-minute tutorial. I want it to feel kind of like a TV show. I want it to be a presentation with a beginning, middle, and end, not just some slap together thing that you can make in your mom's basement, right? I like to have that level of quality with my stuff. And in doing that, it requires a lot of creative energy from me. And it's very difficult to make that type of creative content for Destiny 2 because the community for the game sucks. And I draw a lot of my inspiration from talking with game communities and talking with enthusiasts and people that enjoy the game. I actually wrote a nice script about this, and I was going to make a whole opinion piece about why the community has crushed my soul, but I'm not going to do that because I don't like making sad videos. I do enjoy having critical discussions about mechanics in games and why certain mechanics are better than others, why this decision is like this, and blah, blah, blah. I enjoy that kind of stuff, but I hate just making a sad video about boo-hoo, I don't have any inspiration. So I'm going to instead just talk a little bit about making videos and the type of videos I like to make, and possibly shed some light on why certain content creators are deviating away from Destiny 2. If you have been following the game since it launched, whether it be at the PC launch or the console launch, which was a month or so prior, then you're probably starting to notice that, hey, my favorite guys aren't making Destiny videos anymore. What gives? Well, I can't speak for them, and I'm not going to, but I'll speak for myself. It has a lot to do with the community surrounding the game and the conversations about the game. Virtually no one talks about the game. Everyone talks about the controversies within the game and the problems with the game. Nobody's having conversations about the raid layer. Nobody's really talking about, hey, I just got this new weapon and I want to know if it's better than this other weapon, right? And it's like little simple shit that is kind of irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, but it's those little bits of information that just sort of rise to the surface and just appear on forums, and you read it and you say, oh, I saw this question yesterday, no big deal, maybe I'll answer for this guy or whatever. It's these little tiny interactions that just show that people are playing the game and they're learning about it and they're having fun, they're meeting people. It creates an environment of positivity and an environment in which a content creator like myself wants to share things and come up with my own ideas and expand the conversation in different ways. And with that said, somebody out there is probably thinking, well, nobody's talking about the different guns in the game because all the guns in Destiny suck. Well, if you're thinking that, then you're part of the fucking problem, okay? Right? Because there's still a conversation to be had about mechanics. There are still things to be discussed with the game that exists in its current state, right? Even just because something is imbalanced, just because something needs to be worked on and can be improved, doesn't mean it's not worth being talked about, right? So, there's obviously optimal loadouts and oh, just use the better devil's best gun in the game, but there's a lot of freaking guns in the game, and just, if there were more people just having discussions, even if it's repetitive discussions about different elements in the game, somebody just, how I would love, I'm stuttering so much today. I would love to see on the front page, or even not even on the front page, because that's asking for a lot. I would just love to see a post on the main Reddit for Destiny 2, somebody asking a question about the Prestige raid. Oh my gosh, I would love to answer someone's question about the Prestige raid. I'm having trouble on the pools fight, and I was wondering which power weapon I should use. Oh my god, please, I would love for somebody to ask that question, because that's a question about the game as it exists right now, as opposed to, oh my god, there's no rewards in the game. Why am I even bothering to do the prestige raid when the rewards are no good? Okay, look, I get it. I understand that the reward systems in Destiny 2 are not very good. The mod systems are not that rewarding. The weapons, they need work. But holy shit. Has the concept of just doing something for the fun of it, has the whole concept of just making friends online, meeting new people, and beating a challenging boss fight just for the sake of saying I did that, is that completely gone? Is that not worth doing? Am I crazy for wishing that more people wanted to do something like that? And here's the other side of it. It's like, well, Destiny 2 is not fun, so I can't just do the raid and have us. So then play something else. Just you know what I'm saying? I'm totally just ranting right now, and obviously if you don't want to hear me ranting, you should have been turned this video off about 6 minutes ago. But my point is that there are very few fun discussions that I've seen, because I haven't seen it all. Obviously, there's got to be places where people are just having fun discussions about the game, but I haven't found them. I have a hard time finding them. Every once in a while, I do stumble upon some nice creations and some really fun stuff. In fact, my last Foundry Favorites video on the Lost Prophecy weapons was inspired by a Destiny 2 video that I saw. The guy made a really beautiful video about the Viced weapons. Let me see if I can find it. Shit. Yeah, this is it. Okay, yeah, so I was just searching around for Destiny 2, looking for something, and I found this guy. He's only got 6,000 subscribers. This video only has 1,500 views, but it's amazing. He was talking about the Viced weapons and just going over them and talking about the animal naming scheme for them and the inspiration behind the design and stuff like that. Similar to the stuff that I have made in the past for Titanfall and have made for Destiny 2, and it inspired my Lost Prophecy Foundry Favorites videos. And that's the kind of stuff that I need in order to make the content that I make. It's not, for me, it's not something as simple as I have an idea and I can just go out and make it. Because I've got plenty of ideas, but I need to draw that inspiration. I need to draw concepts from other things and use that as the groundwork for my stuff, right? If you have been watching my content for a while, then you've seen some of my Titanfall videos. Those videos are heavily inspired by Top Gear, which is a car show. It's been going on for a while. It's something crazy. It was originally hosted by James May, Jeremy Clarkson, and Richard Hammond. There's 3 British guys, and it was a car show, so they were talking about the Ford Escort, the Ford Fiesta, whatever, and just going over the specs and stuff. But they would turn it into a movie to where you don't even have to know anything about gearboxes and ignitions and horsepower to enjoy it, right? If you're just a person that likes looking at pretty things and hearing someone talk, then you could watch Top Gear indefinitely. And they would even do things that have almost nothing to do with cars, and it would just be a fun show. And that inspired the hell out of me. So I modeled a lot of my Titanfall videos after that, and I continue to model a lot of my videos on that concept of just creating as much something for information as it is for entertainment, so infotainment, just creating a show that you can watch even if you don't necessarily know everything about the subject matter. So if it's a game that you don't necessarily play, you can still watch and say, oh, that makes sense. I understand that. I don't know exactly what the game is about, but this video is still pretty fun. I fucks with this. Yeah. So I've always needed that kind of, I've always needed my inspiration to come from an outward source. That's just how my brain works, right? For better or for worse. For right now, it's for worse. But with Destiny 2, it's so difficult to find those sources because everywhere I turn, it's just it's a constant stream of negativity. So if you have been wondering why my content creation for Destiny 2 has slowed down so much, it's that reason. I'm just not feeling it. And the worst part about it is that it has nothing to do with the game. Because I was playing just yesterday. I was doing trials for the second time. I got flawless again. We had it was actually a really intense night because what happened, we did 4 matches, and I think it was our 5th game. We were getting our asses whipped. It was the game mode that we were playing for Trials. And just to reiterate for anybody that doesn't recall or doesn't know, Trials is a special PvP mode that comes on the weekends, and the goal is to win 7 games in a row, and you get a whole bunch of rewards if you do that. And we had 4 wins in a row. We go into our 5th match, and it's I think it's the first to 6 in this particular game mode, and the objective is to plant the bomb and blow up the enemy's thing or defend them and prevent them from blowing up your thing. Something like that. That's the gist of it. Who cares? And we lost 3 rounds in a row, and I was like, welp, we're not going flawless this week. But then we all just kind of, we changed up our strategy a little bit, right? The enemy team was doing this Navy SEAL Team 6 Osama bin Laden assassination level maneuver, and they were just really fast. So we changed up our tactics, and we all just started clumping together and moving with the enemy team, and we ended up countering them 3 times in a row, and then it was back and forth until we won. And then we won the next 3 matches in a row, got flawless. So it was really exciting. It was a lot of fun, and again, we walked away with the satisfaction. We got a little bit of loot out of it. I got some guns that I didn't have before, a couple of hand cannons, some new armor, some new cosmetic stuff, all that. But we also walked away with just a positive experience. And another nice part for me was one of the guys I was playing with last night. He made it a point that one of these weeks when we do trials, we're gonna get our asses kicked on the 7th match when we're about to get our flawless victory. We're just gonna get fucked up, and we're gonna be demoralized and absolutely shattered, and we're not even gonna want to play the game anymore. But that's the kind of stuff. I mean, if those type of interactions can happen for me, and I'm just a regular guy, I'm not doing anything special other than actively trying to have fun. If it can happen for me, it can happen for anybody that plays Destiny. And so it really makes me kind of sad sometimes to see the state of the Destiny 2 community, because I know that it is such a fun game. It has so much potential, and if you're not having fun with it, then by all means go play something else, right? I don't know. I guess the long and short of it is that I honestly just wish more people would have fun when they play video games, as opposed to being armchair developers, if you want to call it. I heard that term somewhere. I think a developer was kind of tired of a bunch of people that don't know how to code and don't know the first thing about developing a game giving him advice on how he should develop his game. So he said, just tired of all these armchair developers. I wish more people would, say, you know what? I'm going to type up my little dissertation. Wouldn't it be cool if we had this ability? I like reading that stuff too. But I also like just playing the game. I also like just talking about the game as it is, and just enjoying just being in the present and having fun, because that's what video games are at the end of it all. It's just about having fun. So with my little speech over, I hope some of that made sense. There's a lot of ranting and raving going on in there, and I hope it was an enjoyable listen. We're gonna wind things up. It's gonna be a little bit of a shorter one today. But if you are curious, though, what the future is going to be like for iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy, don't worry. There is still a future. I'm still going to do more of these talking about videos when I don't have any inspiration. I'm just going to ramble for a little while about stuff that's on my mind. But I am actively working on another Foundry Favorites video, so You expect to see it next week. I really do want to get it finished, because even though there is so much negativity in the Destiny 2 community, I'm still having fun. So I want to share my creations with you guys. I want to, I want to have my stuff out there, because there's gonna come a time when all the people that have been talking all types of smack, they're gonna come out of their little cubby holes and they're gonna say, finally Destiny 2 is good now. Because that's exactly what happened with The Division. After about 2 years and 8 iterations of the game, they finally have it perfect. And now everybody's crawling out of the woodwork saying, "Well, this is the best game ever. Oh my God, Division's so good." And this, and fine, fair enough. But me, I'm enjoying the ride all the way through the trials and tribulations, through the struggles, through the pain. I'm sticking it out, because it's actually not that painful. But yeah, so there is another Foundry Favorites video coming. I'm gonna try and get it out next week. I've been working on it for a while. I have the whole script written up for it, so it's basically done. I just have to, again, find that magical spark of inspiration to finish it. But in addition to that, Dragon Ball FighterZ is coming out pretty soon, so I'm gonna start making some videos for that. And there was actually this indie puzzle game that I saw that I kind of just want to play. It's only $10 on Steam, so I might do a playthrough for that. I'm still considering doing a playthrough for The Division, but what I'm thinking and what I'm hoping I can do is, I'm hoping I can do something with the actual city of Manhattan and The Division, because I live in Manhattan. But I wish, holy crap, I live in the Bronx. I live in New York City. But what I would really enjoy doing with a playthrough of The Division is combining the real city of Manhattan with the playthrough somehow. So, going out and taking photographs of the different set pieces in the game and comparing it to the actual city, and because some of the stuff is really one-to-one. Because there's a spot that I did check out when I was playing the game about a year ago at this point. I think it was on 32nd Street or something. And it's a place where there's a Starbucks there, and the design of the building is perfect, but they don't have the licensing rights to Starbucks, so it's just a flat wall. But I was like, oh crap, I've been there before. So I would like to do something cool like that if and when I do a Division playthrough. So what I'm hoping is that before the winter is over, that it snows one more time, because it snowed a couple weeks ago. This is obviously the most boring conversation ever, but it snowed a couple weeks ago, and I just didn't have the time to go out and get the division in real life pictures that I needed. So I'm hoping it snows again, so I can just get that really, really crazy looking stuff, and it'll be exciting. But long story short, there's still more iBluairJgR coming. There's gonna be more guides. There's gonna be more. I would like to do some guides for Dragon Ball FighterZ, so, maybe some combo stuff, but I would also just enjoy playing the game and just maybe even talking about the characters in Dragon Ball Z a little bit. I don't know, but yeah, I think I've said enough. So this has been talking about content creation and a little bit of Destiny 2. If you can make sense of the last 18 minutes of rambling, going on 20 minutes now, then drop a comment in there. If you enjoy playing games just for fun, let me know. What is the most fun video game you've played in the last 5 years? What's the most exciting multiplayer experience that you had in recent days? Just if you want to tell me a little story. I read all of the comments. I don't reply to all of them, but I reply to as many of them as possible, even if it's just to say thank you for watching. So with all of that said, you already know the name of the game is, there is no game, it's talking. I fucked it up. The name of the channel is iBluairJgR Gaming for Comedy. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment, because if you do, it'll make me very happy. Thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time. Also, I apologize for cursing a lot, but who cares?